floods, drought, rising sea levels. These are just some of the environmental destructions that are likely to worsen with climate change. But dangerous climate change is not just something that might happen in the future. The Earth is already warmed by almost 1 degree Celsius since the dawn of the Industrial Age. The effects are already being felt now. Vulnerable communities are trying to adapt.
Zamani kulikuwa mazingira yako sawa. Watu walikuwa wakilima hizo mashamba lakini sio kubwa, lakini ilikuja hatamu ya kuwa watu walikuwa wanalima mashamba makubwa kwa sababu ya kufanya business. Na inapelekea kufanya mazingira kuwa mabaya, maana ile miti mikubwa leo umekata hapa eka 2, kesho umeenda kukata eka 2 mahali kwingine, kuonyesha kuwa unafanya nini, ile miti unaimaliza. Na tunajua ya kuwa tunapata mvua kupitia kwa miti. Miti ndiyo inavuta, tunapata ile mvua. Lakini wakati tukifanya hiyo miti yote, tukiiua yote, ile hali ya hewa inabadilika. Na inapelekea sisi kutopata chakula cha kutosha.
Kenya is more at risk of climate change than any other country. It's prone to drought and floods. Climate change may already be exacerbating those things. In Kenya, climate change is set to hit the agricultural sector the most severely and cause suffering, particularly for smallholder farmers. Although climate change may affect the agricultural sector of different countries in different ways, what is clear is that these changes will bring about substantial welfare losses, especially for smallholders whose main source of livelihood derives from agriculture. Good yields are always a joy for every hard-working farmer. Good crop yield need favorable conditions such as a well-distributed rainfall, sufficient sunlight, good agricultural management, and a healthy environment. In Kenya, a large percentage of farming population is directly dependent on rain-fed agriculture for their livelihoods. As a result, Kenya is currently experiencing extreme temperatures and drought. These conditions threaten water availability and food security. The situation of farmers in Mulunguni Village in Dakatcha is no exemption. Life is difficult for families in this region. It's a semi-arid region with vast stretches of poor soil dominated by woodland and acacia-dominated bush. This has led to families felling trees to sell for timber or to make charcoal. As a result, Dakatcha woodlands is rapidly becoming fragmented and degraded, making urgent intervention necessary for the survival of Africa's smallest owl, Sokoke scoops owl, as well as other rare animals and plants.
Watu walikuwa wanafanya ile kitu tunaita shifting cultivation. Kulima hapa ekari 2, baada ya miaka 3 anaondoka, anaenda analima, anakata ekari nyingine, anakata misitu ekari nyingine 2 analima. Hapa ameacha.
Imebidi mimi nifanye kazi ngumu ambayo saa hii nimepigania na hali ya anga nigeuke. Ukulima pia hali ya maisha nayo yageuke.
To adapt to their newly hard environment, locals have had to change their ways of farming. Conservation agriculture is one key component of this change.
In a layman's language, conservation agriculture is farming using minimum tillage. Basically, agriculture can be made more sustainable by using modern ways of farming. I think that's probably one of the only way that we can make it more sustainable. I mentioned shortly the issue of conservation agriculture. It's one of the ways of modernizing farming, where you have minimum tillage, where now you can conserve, you can preserve the moisture within the soil, you can preserve the nutrients by using more advanced technologies in farming.
In 2010, Arocha, Kenya began community work at Dakatcha with training of a new concept, farming in God's way. This is a form of conservation agriculture which combines biblical ethics and discipleship training with practical farming techniques, which can increase productivity even on impoverished soil.
Farming God's Way is actually a community conservation program. When we went down to communities, most of the Kenyan communities are actually doing farming, whether crop farming, whether livestock farming, that sort of thing. And we thought, now, how do we get in, tell them how to do farming in a better way? Of course, there's a whole principle of conservation agriculture. Farming God's Way is actually a part of conservation agriculture. Farming God's Way actually is 3 principles. It's principles about spiritual issues, which you will not find in the general conservation agriculture. So we use a lot of Bible actually to explain farming, to explain aspects of trees, aspects of environment, and how farmers can do really an ecosystem approach in farming.
Farming God's Way ni ukulima ambao mtu analima mahali padogo lakini mapato yake ni mengi kushinda yule mtu amelima mahali pakubwa kama eka 2, eka 3.
Huu ukulima tumeona ni mzuri kwa sababu unatandika shamba lako, ambao hiyo pia inasaidia kwa mambo ya evaporation. Ile mvua ikinyesha maji hayaendi mengi, inakuwa au conserved kwa hiyo maji.
Sasa hii katika hali ya anga ilivyo, imebidi nigeuze kilimo ambacho tulikuwa zamani wanafanya. Sasa nimebidi niingie katika kilimo cha njia ya Mungu.
The aim was to improve farmers' livelihood by increasing yields, income, and turning them away from destructive practices such as slash and burn farming, poaching, and the serious threat of charcoal burning. This innovation not only focuses on increased food production, but also addresses issues of biodiversity conservation.
Farming God's Way is cheaper, way cheaper than the conventional farming. But then also it keeps improving your soil all the time. So it's very much recommended. But then also you're responding to the general environment. You're not just thinking about maximizing production, No, you are encouraging production, but then also encouraging it in a sustainable way, because then you're looking at the whole of the other ecosystem.
Kilimo yenyewe ni ya kufinika shamba na manyasi, na ile shamba yenyewe kama unalima unafinika shamba ili ile unyevu usipotee katika ile.
Unfortunate things is happening in this country today. Erosion. The average erosion we are having on our farms today is 50 tons of soil per hectare. We are losing that annually. So really, when it rains, like if it began raining now, you go to the nearest river in the next 15 minutes, that river will be what color? Brown, chocolate brown. We are losing tons and tons of soil every day.
Ukulima wa Farming God's Way una mipangilio. Si kupanda tu. Kule mwanzoni tulikuwa tunapanda kama sisi kwa Kikwetu tunaita mafiga. Ile zamani tulikuwa tunapika tu kama kuna jiwe hapa jiwe pale. Ile tunaita mafiga. Lakini wakati huu huwa tuna mahindi yetu tunapanga kwa line. Hizo tembe tunazipanga vizuri. Yaani kuna mipangilio mizuri, unatumia spacing nzuri. Unapanda mahali padogo, unavuna kingi zaidi. Kuliko unapanda mahali pakubwa, unavuna kidogo.
The other 2 aspects in Farming God's Way is technical. We don't throw away the technical aspects because there are technical aspects that are critical. I'll give an example of one. When you're planting everything, you need to do spacing. That's now the technical aspect. When you're farming on a steep slope, you need to do quite a few things, like to do terracing and things. That's a technical aspect. So we put in all those technical aspects. We don't want to lose them. Conventional agriculture, by the way, teaches us a lot of technical aspects, which are wonderful, which are critical. We incorporate them in the Farming God's Way. The third aspect is management. Lots of the farmers in this country are losing crop because they don't time. Timeliness in the planting, timeliness in weeding, timeliness even in pest control. You have to be timely. That's like one of the aspects of management.
Kilimo ya kwa njia ya Mungu ina mazao zaidi ya kushinda ile ya zamani. Surplus ninauza, nasaidia watoto kusomesha.
What would happen if we cannot embrace new sustainable practices is simply that we will not be able to compete, we will not be able to produce the food that we require. We'll end up with food deficits within the country. We'll end up with massive population outbursts and populations that we cannot feed. So it is almost upon us that we have to change from the olden ways into sustainable agriculture. And if we don't do that, then as a nation, we will crumble. We will not be able to feed ourselves.
A decade ago, adaptation was almost taboo in international discussions about climate change because it was believed to distract attention from the vital task of stopping global warming altogether. Now, both are recognized as important. But can the community in Dakatcha adapt quickly enough? We don't know yet. If change is slow enough, it gives people more time to act and increases the odds of success. World leaders tend to talk about stopping climate change. It would help local farmers enormously if it could only be slowed down.